Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, I want to take a slightly different approach. And the approach that I want to take is having an open and raw conversation about what it's like to achieve big goals. And this is because I am about to enter a season of my life where I have two really big goals that I need to hit in the next 10 weeks. And I've really been thinking about the level of lock-in that I need to reach. And as I sit down and make this video, the level of lock-in that I need to reach is borderline scary. Like, it's crazy to think of the person that I need to become in order to achieve those goals. But simultaneously, I feel super excited at the person that I am going to become in the process. So today I've been sitting there thinking about loads of different things, about some mindset shifts that I need to have, and just really coming to terms with the journey that I'm going to go on. And I'm just going to share my thoughts, maybe over the next 5 minutes, maybe over the next 10 minutes. I don't know how long this video is going to be. And I'm going to try my best to not edit this video because I just want it to be a raw, open and honest conversation with myself and future Malone. And I hope you guys watching are able to sit in that conversation and find it maybe useful for your own endeavors in life. So to get started, I think probably point number one, which we need to talk about, is enjoying the process. I am probably the worst person in the world for enjoying the process because I'm always looking at what's next. I might do something really big, but as soon as that is done, my eyes are already focused on what's next. What are we going to do next? How are we going to do it bigger? Well, I've already done X, so that means I can do Y even better. And I think as I'm about to embark on this season, one of the things that I need to appreciate and I would commend myself for is running the marathon. Like, I've been running this marathon and this journey, chasing these goals, maybe for like the past 18 months. And now it's almost like the final sprint on that 18-month marathon. And I think I need to be a person who appreciates the process and the journey. I would not be at this point making this video if I didn't just continuously keep showing up over those days. And when people talk about enjoying the process most of the time, it's like, how can I enjoy the process when it's the trenches? Like, nobody likes sitting there, like, say for instance, if you're a uni student, sitting in the library doing a 10-hour graveyard shift and then someone's telling you to enjoy the process. But I think you probably have to reframe it to say, what would the person that I'm going to be tomorrow be grateful for the things that I did today? And I've really been reflecting on that all of today, just thinking, what would be this Malone in the future, in 72 days to be exact? What would Malone a few weeks from now, what would he be grateful for the things that I've done? One of the things that he would be super grateful for the things that I've done is just be consistently consistent. Keep chipping away at the things that I need to do to be able to achieve those goals. Another thing that I know Malone in the future will be so grateful for is me getting outside of the comfort zone. The next 10 weeks, like, even my voice almost like stuttered when I'm talking about getting outside my comfort zone. In the next 10 weeks, if my comfort zone is here, I need to be so far out here. And that's the level of chase and the level of goals that I'm pursuing right now. And getting outside of your comfort zone is never easy, but it's one of those things that I know me existing outside of my comfort zone for 10 weeks will probably yield results for the next 18 months at a bare minimum. Plus, it's one of those things that I always talk to myself about, to say, sometimes in life, it's not necessarily about the things that you tell yourself, like the conversations, but it's the things that you do. Are you the person that can really exist outside of your comfort zone? Are you the person who will still go out there in the rain when it's jogging? Are you the person who will still go and speak to a stranger even though you're absolutely shitting yourself? And I think a way to be able to exist outside of your comfort zone is by continuing to build a stack of evidence which tells you that you are the person that you say you are. you are the person who can exist outside of your comfort zone. One of the ways that you can build a stack of evidence is pushing yourself harder in the gym, speaking to maybe someone that you've never spoken to before, and just approaching people, doing things that you would never do. And in that, you kind of train that muscle of existing outside of your comfort zone. So then when I'm pursuing my big goals, is that muscle of me being outside of my comfort zone is being lifted every single week. So when it comes to now me going out there and facing the world and doing the scary things, it just makes it that 1% less scarier. The second thing that we probably need to discuss on this road to these big goals is the art of focus. I'm a person that I don't struggle with focus. Once I set my mind on something, I can really lock in and really get deep into and consumed by the stuff that I'm doing. However, the thing that I would probably say to future Malone is, I think that is a great trait to have, and it's probably one of my strongest personality traits. However, I would say that at times I can compromise other areas of my life. So in this example is just staying social with friends and family. I can lock in to the extent where I end up crashing and burning and feeling like I don't have anyone around me, and that's just almost of my own doing. Now there's two sides to this. Is for you to achieve big goals, sometimes things are you're gonna have to compromise somewhere. You can't be an all-rounder and achieve the big goals. However, at the same time, it's me knowing that friends and family are the things that keep me alive and the things that keep me sane. And in my laser focus period, I just need to make sure that I maintain that and just keep it going. And then thirdly, the thing that I think about all the time, and this is probably as raw as this video gets, is thinking about the current life that I live. I always think about what would rock bottom look like. Like, what is rock bottom in my life? And for me, rock bottom is going back to live in my parents' house, probably having to go and get a job at Tesco or Asda or McDonald's, and starting again. And when I think about rock bottom, ironically, I actually think that life was not too long ago for me. That life is not too far away. And that life is not the end of the world. Like, for some people, their rock bottom looks like losing absolutely everything that they have. And for me, when I look at my rock bottom, it's like, I actually think this is the case for most people who are in their 20s, most people who are just starting life. Like, if you are just starting life, the sheer nature of you just starting means that you are still very close to the start. So for you to go back, it's not necessarily a big deal. It's just like when you were playing snakes and ladders as a kid. If you went down the snake after you've moved 5 points across the board, it's not that deep because you can just roll a 10 and you can be gone straight after. And for me, it's just making sure that knowing that rock bottom is not too close, not using that as a comfort zone, but using that as rocket fuel, using that as what is the worst that could possibly happen. I put myself outside of this comfort zone. I lock in a crazy amount for the next 10 weeks. And even if all was to fail, even if it was to all come crumbling down, like, I just move back 4 points on that snakes and ladder board. I don't move that far back. And the rocket fuel that I use that as is to say that I just take the risk. And in fact, take the biggest risk because you're not that far from the start. And I think more people in their 20s need to adopt the mindset of taking the risk. I think I see a lot of friends, a lot of peers, a lot of people in their 20s optimizing for safety. And I'll probably make another YouTube video about this. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make another YouTube video about it. About why I think optimizing for safety in your 20s is one of the biggest traps that modern society sets for 20-year-olds. Just let me know in the comments and I will probably get onto making that video at some point. But I think it's me putting myself in a position where take the biggest risk. run the most scariest path that you've ever ran. And that's exactly what I'm planning to do over the next 10 weeks. And I hope I'm able to, in fact, scratch that. I will be able to show you the results of this relentless pursuit of excellence and this stepping outside of your comfort zone and taking a big risk. And this video, I was in two minds about whether I should make this video, because there is a part of me which says, just put your head down, focus and lock in. But there is another part of me that watches old videos of people like Iman Gadzi, Mr. Beast, even like old training videos when you see football players like Thierry Henry and you see them on the come up and you just see the work that they put in. And I wanted this video to be a video that I watch for myself in the future and be able to see the work that I put in. So this is why this video is kind of a message from me to future me. And I hope that somewhere in this video there was nuggets that you could pick up and you could take and implement those nuggets in your life. I think if I was to summarize this video, it would be like this. In the next 10 weeks, I am metaphorically going to the mountains. I am going to a place that requires an incredible amount of focus and an incredible amount of lock-in. I'll be so real. As I'm making this video, I am so scared of the work that is required. However, at the same time, the goals and the ambition and the life that I want to live is on the opposite side of that work. And I just need to put my head down, put the work in, and I am 99% sure that the results will come. I also need to become a person who sits on that side of the risk. I believe it's something that I already do, but it's something that I want to continue nurturing, and I want to do it even more. I don't want to be that person that 20 years from now I look back on my life and think, oh man, I should have took that opportunity to go and work abroad. I should have took the opportunity to start the business. I should have took the opportunity to do X, Y, and Z. Instead, I would rather be the person that, oh man, I took the opportunity and actually in the process we lost £10,000. However, I would sleep easier at night knowing that I still took the opportunity and find it out where it went. Malone, who is watching this in the future, I hope that you are proud of the person that you've become. I hope that the person that you are watching talking in this video right now is a complete shadow of the person that you are going to become. And I also hope in the process that you are able to inspire more people to be able to essentially take that risk and go on the path which is untrodden, but be able to create their own path. I also hope I have two really big goals at the moment. As I'm making this video, I don't want to put them out there because I just like to work in silence. I guess in fact, that kind of contradicts. I'm saying I like to work in silence, but I'm making a video about whatever. But I'm not going to put the goals out there, and I'm just going to sit down and work until we achieve those goals. But I hope that when you achieve those goals, you are able to look back at the sacrifices and the level of work that you put in. I'm thinking about documenting this time of my life and this season of my life through what I call the trenches, through what I call maybe like no man's land. Today I am this version of Malone. Tomorrow I need to become this version of Malone. And for the next 10 weeks, for the next 12 weeks, I'm going to exist in no man's land. I don't know if this video has been useful to you who's watching. If it has, I would really, really, really appreciate if you could just comment down below if you think I should document this journey for the next 12 weeks. Because if it helps just one person, I will commit to documenting parts of the journey across the next 12 weeks. And hopefully you are able to also come on the journey with me. So yeah, this has been a slightly different video. A very unscripted, unedited, just sit down with Malone and share my thoughts. I'm going on a journey, and that journey requires me to go to no man's land. And I hope that you can come along on that journey with me.